Right, a little project, and it is only a real dinky little project on the Myford. Some time ago I fitted a 250 111 tool holder, the wedge type one, which has been really good, and I had advice not to do this and to use the smaller one, but I chose to use this larger one. I would have had probably the same problem that I've got now. It's not a huge problem, but I have noticed under certain heavy conditions when I'm driving this hard, this does move a little bit, and I do admit it's probably my fault, because when these come, they come with a, I think it's a 12mm stud that you have to fit in to hold this down, and I didn't want to alter the stud that was already in the Myford. So what I did was I made this as a sleeve nut, which I'm sure a few of you have probably seen before that I did. So that's a sleeve nut that takes up the compensation for the size of the thread that's on the Myford and the body of this tool holder. And purely my fault, I was dashing, did the job, used it and never did out about it, and I always meant to make a sleeve. So we take that off, lay it down, you can see underside of it, and all I did was I got a bit of aluminium tube that I had in the drawer and I just slotted it on and it fit, but of course it didn't fit because it's rubbish. So what I need to do is accurately measure this, which will be an old imperial, measure this, which will be metric. I should imagine that's 12, I'm not sure, it might be 14, I don't know, and make a sleeve in the lathe. That's what I'm on with, so that this has got no play in it, because even though it's supported from the top by the sleeve nut, it's not at the bottom, so you could get movement, and I have had it when I've been parting, which is another thing, because a rare parting tool holder for a Myford's probably the best idea. So that's what we're going to do. The first job I'll be doing is giving it a good clean up and measure it and write down my readings so I know what I'm doing, what I need to make. And everything is this, but it has been great. We know that these come from China, and when I looked at one with comes with 4 tool holders, I think it was, I couldn't find one that were what I thought were a reasonable price. Definitely not in the UK. They were 100 and whatever. And I found this on an American website in America. Now, as you know, if you're importing out from America, you sometimes have to pay charges and all sorts on it. I have had this for over a year now, so all this EU thing, not that it matters because they're not in EU, are they? But I ordered that, and I'm sure it was something like 68 or £69 with 4 tool holders. And it came from America, and it took an age to come. I didn't think I was going to get the damn thing. It took that long to come, but when it did, he knocked on my door, and there you go, sir, and off he went. There were no charges to pay or anything over the 69 quid that I'd paid for it. And that was a lot cheaper than what it is directly from China. Yeah, it had come from China, so how they did it, I do not know, but they did. Right, I'll crack on, and I'll do some measurements, and I'll come back. started cutting it to the length I needed it. Of course I never realised I've got to turn the thing down, so no way of holding it in lathe. So I stopped, and I'm going to use that to hold and that to machine. Then I'll chop it off when I get it right length. Drill it first. Okay, that's past that slit where I'm going to chop it off. See how that cuts? That's one of my drills that I've sharpened. By hand. As I'm doing this, I'm wondering whether I ought to take this to full size to start with the drill, or to turn it outside while there's some strength in it, and then bore it finally down centre. Yeah, I don't think I'll go any further with this until I've got it to diameter, outside diameter. I think that's the most wisest thing to do. I guess 14.15 millimeters that wants to be. It's 16.03, whichever camera you're looking at. We need to drive this. Yeah, that's really too slow. Need to change the gearbox. We'll be all day doing that. So we're on and the lever's there, so we're on 40 threads per inch. Right, I'll move that to the middle. think that's good enough. Yep, that's it. What I'm aiming for. 14.15. What's chopping off there? Okay. Let's try. See if it fits. Oh, nice. That's better. That's much better. Great. We've sorted it. Square that back up, I suppose. Great job. So that's a job I've been willing to do for over a year. Another job I want to do. I need to get this nipple out under here for back gear. I can't get an oil gun on it, it's that small, it's the hole to get in. I can't get oil gun on, so I'm going to extend it so I can. Well, that's not what I was pointing at. What I'm pointing at is this. The carriage. I want to make a carriage stop so that if I'm winding up the chuck, that I don't hit it with the tool or anything, so I can set it. Now, on a lot of methods, people have made them and they bolt them where the gearbox goes. I'm better with the camera actually. Yeah, so to continue on, a lot of people make a carriage stop for the Myford and fit it where the quick change gearbox would fit and make a stud. I can't do that because I've got a quick change gearbox already on there. There's nothing, and I've looked at anywhere on this gearbox without starting to drill holes in it, which would be disaster, to fix to. So I started looking at the body of the carriage. Now there is a hole under here, and I'm not sure what it is. I'm sure it's either a quarter or 5/16, and it appears to be Whitworth, but it could be BSF. I don't know. I'll get some taps out and try it and clean it out because it's filthy. But it goes in there, and I ain't got a clue what that hole's for, but it's threaded. A friend of mine's got an old Super 7, and in there there's a thumb screw. And he says he's taking it in and out and it doesn't do anything, and he ain't got a clue what that's for either. What it is, I do not know. Because as far as I know, there's no oil bath in there, so it's not a level plug or anything like that I'm aware of anyway. So I was thinking, it's not square. It's not square to the carriage. It's a casting and it runs away as it comes towards you. So I'd have to mill a block of steel that was tapered to match that taper to give me 90 degrees exactly on the bed ways, on, you know, perpendicular to, and bolt that on with that single bolt hole somehow. I mean, there is another bolt I could pick up on what holds the little screw guard on, but then maybe make something off this block pointing that way that'll touch up to the body of the gearbox, maybe on a little brass plunger or something. Whether you'd put a DTI sort of thing in it or whether it'd just be a piece of rod, but it'd need to be telescopic, wouldn't it? Because it can't slide back in there and it can't slide that way other than hit the gearbox. So if you wanted it set to say there, then that would be the length of the rod. It ideally could be made out of two pieces with a pinch bolt on, that you sort of undid the pinch bolt, or a pair of pinch bolts even, and slid the inside out of it until it got your length, and then nip them up. Probably wouldn't look as nice as something would, you know, some other sort of gubbins, but it'd probably work. I'm going to look into doing that. Probably my next job maybe, although I'm not 100% sure, because I'm wanting to get on with these rings. Oops, we've lost camera. Because I'm wanting to get on with doing these rings, which I've already done a little bit of video about. Making rings from scrap or from coins, old coins. So yeah, we've got plenty of projects. Now this thing's finished, the bad boy, where's it gone? Now that's finished, we can get on with something else. Thank you for watching.